Welcome to the Friends Around the World Crochet Along, hosted by the Cal Crochet Along group. My name is Tanya, and I'm going to be making several of the video tutorials for you as we journey around the world with our various designers to make lovely squares. We're going to be using worsted weight yarn to make 12-inch squares. You may choose the yarn of your choice. Just remember the squares will turn out a different size. I'm starting with three various colors here. I have my 5mm crochet hook, darning needle, scissors, and some stitch markers. So once you have your colors chosen and your supplies ready, please join us for the next square. Round 1, using color A, we will make a magic ring first. So if you're unfamiliar with that, I just have the shorthand around the palm of my hand and I crisscross the yarn, insert the hook and grab that back loop and pull it to the front. Then I take my other hand to pull that long end to snug it tight. We will start with a chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which counts as a double crochet chain 2. Into the ring we will make 5 more double crochets chain 2. So double crochet chain 2. That's once, twice, and 5. Then we'll take that short end of our magic ring and pull it tight. Find that starting chain 5, and in the third chain we will slip stitch to join and close this round. So you should have 6 sort of spokes with our starting chain and the other 5 double crochet with chain 2 spaces in between. Round 1 complete. Oops. Can go ahead and fasten off. Round 2, we're going to be using color B. We're going to start with a standing double crochet in any of the stitches. We will double crochet in the same stitch as our starting stitch, 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space. We will work that all the way around, 2 double crochet in each of the double crochet from round 1, 2 double crochet in each of the chain 2 spaces. So you can go ahead and complete this round, joining to our starting stitch with a slip stitch, but do not fasten off. Round 2 will have 24 double crochet. Round 3 starts with a chain 3, double crochet in that same stitch, still using color B. We'll double crochet in the next stitch, two double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next. So we'll repeat that all the way around, 2 double crochet in one stitch, double crochet in the next. Once you've worked your way around, you'll join with a slip stitch to the top of our starting chain 3, and you may fasten off. There'll be 36 double crochet. For round 4, we're going to be using color C to make these slip stitches, working around or in the tops of round 2 stitches where we worked the round 3 stitches into. So with a slip knot on our hook, we will insert the hook in the top of a double crochet from round 2, right under where that stitch from round 3 is, out around the back and back to the front again. Pull the yarn through and through the yarn on our hook for a slip stitch. Chain 2. And then we'll just continue to work that in the top loops of the next stitch, around the back to the front again, slip stitch, chain 2. So around each of the 24 stitches from round 2, we will slip stitch and make a chain 2 in between each of those slip stitches. So you can go ahead and work your way around, and then at the end it works best to make a needle join if you're familiar with those, for a neat clean finish. I will join you at the end to help you with that as well. So when you've worked your way around to do the invisible join, you want to cut your yarn, and you'll just pull that through that last chain 2 and thread it onto your yarn needle. Okay, we have our starting here. We want to find the loops. So this is from our slip knot here. The next set of top loops from our first slip stitch, you just put your needle through that to join the chain 2 into there. And then I'm just going to pull it through to the back, and I'm going to use my hook to pull that starting slip knot through to the back as well. And then you can go ahead and fasten those off in the back as you would normally. Round 5, using color A again, we are going to start with a standing single crochet in the first double crochet of any of the group of 2 from round 3. If you're not familiar or comfortable with standing stitches, you may join with a slip stitch, chain 1, and make a single crochet. And then we want to yarn over twice, and we're going to make a treble crochet in round 2 in the stitch where those 2 double crochets are made. So working in between the 2 double crochet, insert our hook down in the stitch of round 2, bring up a loop, pull through 2 3 times to finish that treble crochet. Then we'll single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So we'll repeat that around with the treble crochet. So that 3rd single crochet is in that first double of the set of 2. So then a repeat starts with this treble in between those 2 double crochet. Single crochet in 3. So you can go ahead, repeat that all the way around. On the last repeat, we will only have 2 single crochets, as we already have that 3rd, or that single crochet that would be the 3rd in the group. So you can go ahead and join at the end and fasten off. You'll have 12 trebles and 36 single crochet. Round 6, using color C again, we are going to start in any of these treble crochet with a standing double crochet. Again, if you are not comfortable or unfamiliar with standing double crochet, you can join with a slip stitch and chain 3. We will make 4 more double crochet in that same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with our starting stitch, that makes 5 double crochet placed in that treble. We'll skip the next stitch, and then this is the start of our repeat. We'll single crochet in the next stitch, skip the next. We'll be in the next stitch is that treble crochet. We'll make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll continue that around, skipping a stitch, making a single crochet, skipping a stitch, and making 5 doubles in the treble. Once you've worked that around, you'll be able to join to our starting double crochet. So on that final repeat, we will end with a single crochet and skip a stitch and join to our starting set of 5 double crochet. You'll have 60 double crochets and 12 single crochet, and you can fasten off. Round 7, using color B, we want to start with a standing back post half double crochet around any of the single crochet from round 6. So with your yarn on your hook, you insert your hook from the back to the front, around the front of that single crochet and back out to the back to pull up the yarn and pull it through, yarn over, pull through 3 loops for that standing back post half double crochet, and we will continue around every stitch with a back post half double crochet. So it's always yarn over, in from the back, around the front of that post, out to the back, to grab that yarn and pull it back around the stitch, yarn over, pull through 3. So you will work these back post half double crochet around every stitch from round 6 we will not fasten off at the end. You can join to our starting back post half double crochet. You'll have 72 back post half double crochet for round 7. So just a reminder not to fasten off at the end of round 7, and we will continue with color B for round 8. Chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, we'll place a half double crochet in that same stitch that we joined to, and we'll half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then in the next stitch, which should be the middle back post half of that group of 5, or that sort of petal, we will make a half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, and this is going to count as our first corner as we start to square up this desert flower. We'll half double crochet in each of the next 17 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 16 and 17, half double crochet, and then we're ready for another corner of half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in the same stitch. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. When you have worked your way around and you're on the final repeat, you will only make 14 half double crochet, and then we'll have met up with those first 3 to form the 17 half double crochet on that side. We can slip stitch to the first half double crochet and fasten off. So there'll be 76 half double crochet and 4 chain 2 corner spaces. Round 9, using color A, we're going to start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces with a standing single crochet. Again, if you prefer to join with a slip stitch, chain 1, then you'll make your single crochet in that corner space, chain 2, single crochet in that same corner space for our starting corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. We'll place a single crochet in the next 6 stitches, being careful to work into that first stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 single crochet. 2 single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next 6 stitches, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which should be the last stitch before the corner space. We'll make another corner of single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. You can continue to work that all the way around until you meet up to our starting stitch, and you'll slip stitch to the first single crochet and fasten off. Round 9 will have 92 single crochet and those 4 chain 2 corners. Round 10, using color B, starting in any of the chain 2 corner spaces, we'll start with a standing treble crochet, or a slip stitch chain 4, we will chain 2 and work 1 more treble crochet in that same chain 2 corner space. We'll treble crochet in the next stitch, that's the first single crochet of the side, chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet in the next. We'll do that 2 times, chain 1, skip the next, double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next 4 times, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, that's 3 times, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet for 4 times, chain 1, skip a stitch, half double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next 2 times, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet, and that should be the last stitch of the side. Ready for our corner of treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet. So you can go ahead and repeat that on all 3 sides until you meet our starting corner, join with a slip stitch and fasten off. You'll have 16 trebles, 16 double crochet, 8 half double crochet, and 16 single crochets, 44 chain 1 spaces, and the 4 chain 2 corner spaces. Round 11, using color C, we'll start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces with a standing half double crochet or a slip stitch chain 2. We'll work another half double crochet into that space, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochet in that corner space. Then we will place a half double crochet in the first 2 stitches, and a half double crochet in the chain space. We'll work a front post half around this next stitch, so yarn over, insert the hook from the front around the back, out to the front again, pull that yarn through, yarn over, pull through all 3 for the front post half double crochet, and half double crochet in that next chain 1 space. So we'll repeat that 10 times, the front post half double crochet around the stitch, half double crochet in this space. So 10 sets of front post half double crochet around the stitch, half double crochet in the chain 1 space. We'll end the side with a half double crochet in those last 2 stitches. And work our corner of 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. Working down this side, we will half double crochet in those 2 stitches, half double crochet in this space, and then work the 10 repeats of the front post half double crochet on the stitch, half double in the space, and so on. So you can go ahead and work your way around, joining to our starting half double crochet and fastening off. You'll have 40 front post half double crochet, 76 half double crochet, plus those 4 chain 2 corner spaces. Using color B, we'll start with a standing double crochet in any of the chain 2 corner spaces to start round 12. We'll place another double crochet in that same space, chain 2, 2 more double crochet in that same corner space. Okay, again, if you wish, you can start with a chain 3 instead of a standing double crochet. We're going to skip the first stitch, which is kind of hidden anyways by our corner, and working in each of the next stitches, we're going to make back loop only double crochet. So you can see on the top of a stitch, we have these 2 loops that form the top of the stitch. So instead of working under both of those loops, we will insert our hook in the back loop only to make a double crochet. Now some yarns will have a fair bit of stretch on that back loop only. If you wish, when you insert in that top loop or that back loop, there's a 3rd loop across the back of the stitch that you can insert your hook under as well. We refer to that as the 3rd loop. So sometimes in a back loop only stitch we use that 3rd loop, and you can see how it doesn't make as large of a gap or hole. It can make a little stiffer fabric, so the choice is yours whether or not you do back loop only or include that 3rd loop as you're working the back loop only stitches. But we will work down the side in 28 stitches of back loop only. That front loop, you can see, leaves a bit of a ridge on your work for a nice texture effect. So you can continue to work down the side with those back loop only single crochets, or sorry, back loop only double crochet. So 28 back loop only double crochet, and in the corners 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, skipping the first stitch of each side. Once you've worked your way around, you will join to our starting stitch and fasten off. You'll have 16 double crochets, 112 back loop only double crochet, and those 4 chain 2s in the corners. Round 13, we're going to be using color A, and we'll start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces with a standing single crochet, or if you prefer a slip stitch and chain 1 and then make your single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet in that same corner space. We will single crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're going to make a front loop only treble crochet. So yarn over twice. We're going to go 2 rows below in the front loop of this front post half that's worked around that stitch. Insert our hook into that front loop. To pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times for that front loop only treble crochet. We'll skip the stitch behind and single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Work that again, front loop only treble down 2 rows below in the front loop from that post stitch. Skip the stitch behind, single crochet in 3. We'll treble in that next front loop, 2 rows below, always skipping the 3 stitches in between on that 2 rows below. Skip the stitch behind, single crochet in the next. A front loop treble in that next stitch 2 rounds below. Skipping the stitch behind, single crochet in 3. And we'll do that 2 more times. That front loop treble, skip the stitch, single crochet in 3. One more time, front loop treble, skip the stitch, single crochet in 3. Then we'll single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches, which should bring us just to the corner. Ready to begin our corner again with single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Go ahead and work that around the remaining sides, joining to our starting single crochet, and fasten off. There'll be 24 trebles, 112 single crochet, and 4 of the chain 2 corners. Round 14, using color C, we'll start in any of the chain 2 corner spaces with 2 double crochet cluster. For our starting cluster, we have our slip knot on our hook, we yarn over. Insert into the chain 2 space and pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and repeat. Yarn over, insert into the space to pull up a loop, 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops for a 2 double crochet cluster to start this round. Chain 3, and we'll work another 2 double crochet cluster in that same space. Yarn over into the space to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. We'll chain 1, skip the next stitch, and we'll make a 2 double crochet cluster in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, 2 double crochet cluster. And you'll work that a total of 17 times. We've worked 2. Continue down the side and I'll meet you just before the corner. Your 17th 2 double crochet cluster will fall on that last stitch before the corner space. We will chain 1 and into the corner space work those 2 double crochet clusters. with a chain 3 in between. So 2 double crochet cluster, chain 3, and the second 2 double crochet cluster in that same corner space, chain 1, ready to work our way down the side. Skip a stitch, 2 double crochet cluster, and so on. So you can go ahead and work this all the way around. We'll join to our starting cluster to finish off the round. You'll have 76 of the 2 double crochet clusters and 4 chain 3 corners. Round 15, we'll start with color B, and we'll work 2 double crochet cluster in any corner to start this round. Two double crochet cluster, chain 3, and another 2 double crochet cluster in that same corner space. We'll work a front post double crochet around the next cluster. Yarn over, insert from the front around the back of the cluster back out to the front, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 twice for a front post double crochet. We'll double crochet in the chain space, front post double around the cluster. And we'll repeat that for a total of 18 times, double crochet in the space, front post double around the cluster. I'll let you work that down the side, and I'll meet you just before the next corner. On your 18th repeat, you'll make a front post double around that final cluster, ready to work our 2 double crochet clusters in the corner. There's the first cluster, chain 3, and work the second cluster in the corner. Front post double around that cluster, and then ready to start our repeats with the double crochet in the space, front post double around the cluster. You can continue that around all 3 sides, joining to our starting double crochet cluster and fastening off. There'll be 76 front post double crochets, 72 double crochets, and 8 2 double crochet clusters and the 4 chain 3 spaces in the corners. Round 16, our final round for this square, we'll use color A, and starting in any of the chain 3 corner spaces, we'll start with a standing half double crochet, or if you prefer, start with a chain 2. We'll chain 2, and make 2 half double crochet in each corner. So note that these corners are not symmetrical. We have 1 half double, a chain 2, and then 2 half double crochet. We'll make a front post half double crochet around this first cluster, so yarn over, insert around the back, pull that yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops for a front post half double crochet. Then we'll make a back loop only half double crochet in each of the next 37 stitches. Yarn over, insert into that back loop, and if you wish to add or go under that 3rd back loop, you can for extra security. Back loop only, half double crochet in each of the stitches down the side for 37 stitches, and I'll meet you just before the next corner. So once you've worked your 37 back loop half double crochet, the final ones in that last front post. Then we'll work a front post half around that cluster, And then we'll place the half double crochet in the chain 3/4 space, chain 2, and then the 2 half double crochet in that same corner space. And then ready to work our next side, starting with the front post half double crochet around the cluster. And then 37 back loop only half double crochet. You can continue that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch to fasten off. You'll have 8 front post half double crochet, 12 half doubles, and 148 back loop only half double crochet, and 4 of the chain 2 corner spaces.